I would like to share this because I feel like at some point in my life I lost myself. I started chasing a dream that wasn't mine. So I think it might be very useful for many people out there who are on this journey of self-reflection, self-awareness. In my teenage years, but even in childhood, I believe I was a very creative and artistic nature. I would love all kinds of artsy stuff. For example, creative writing. I would write a lot, poetry, prose, and also drama, like play writing, because I was very keen on theater arts, and I would go to the theater quite often, and then I would actually write reviews, and sometimes they got posted on the official websites of those theaters, which was kind of cool. Unlike the majority of my classmates in high school, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to become an actress. My parents had a different suggestion for me. They wouldn't agree with me pursuing theater arts, becoming an actress, because they thought this is not an actual, a real job. I remember one time, that was actually quite traumatizing. One time my mom came into my room and she was holding these like freshly ironed clothes on a hanger, and she would like come into my room, caress them with her hands like this and say, "Look, Amanda, such wonderful clothes you have. Take good care of them, because with your salary as an actress you will not be able to afford such nice things." And so I think that was the moment when my dream of becoming an actress was killed, destroyed, and buried 1,000 miles beneath the ground to never be restored. It is also true that being an actor is tough because the competition is very high and you have to do these rehearsals until late. It's very, hard work. Yet, I think that when somebody is truly passionate about something, they are gonna find the strength and the energy to do everything it takes. I knew for a fact that I didn't want to study at university in my home city and actually in my country, because I was just kind of bored. But at that point I didn't have a European passport and I didn't have the money to pay for a European university, and the only option that I actually had was to move to the neighboring country, Romania. And so I moved to the city of Cluj to study international relations. It was my mom's idea, once again. At the place where she would work back then, one day a girl came in and said that she was studying international relations at university. And when my mom heard this term, she thought, my daughter should study that as well. She had no idea what that was about. I guess she only knew that it was about politics, but nothing specific. I had this the exams you take when you graduate high school. I was very stressed about them. Time was limited and I said, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna accept my parents' idea. And I went to Cluj, and it was actually nice. I had a nice experience there. I regret nothing, and I believe everybody would say that, yeah, student years were nice anyway, because you get to meet all these amazing people, make memories. Yeah, all of that happened as well. But actually what I enjoyed most was the fact that, first of all, students in Romania get this free train ticket that you can go everywhere around the country. And Romania is a huge country and it has very beautiful cities and nature. I felt like I was in the center of Europe, and I got the chance to travel around Central Europe. And not just that, but I also got the chance to go on 2 exchange programs abroad. You know, this European programs called Erasmus, and I went to Sweden for 1 semester, and then in my 3rd year and last year of studies, I went to the Netherlands, and that was just mind-blowing for me, coming from a small country in Eastern Europe, to see the way people there live their lives, their mentality, to experience their culture. It was indeed a cultural shock, and I was amazed. And there I met super interesting people, and participated to different events, went to festivals. What I'm trying to say is that I do not regret one single bit the fact that I have had all these experiences. It's probably healthier to think that everything we do is for the better. Whichever decision you take, you're gonna make it work. While I was studying international relations, the topics were quite interesting, thought-provoking, but I could already feel the fact that I am going on a path that's not right for me. I could already feel that I am getting further and further away from who I really am, especially because I could see my classmates who were super interested. They would read a lot, the news, everything that's happening around the world, and I would come home after class. I would just read and get to know more about psychology, philosophy, literature, and it became so obvious that I shouldn't continue doing that I should not apply for a master's in that field for sure. There is this cult in Moldova and Romania, I think, that you have to go through all the steps as quickly as possible. People here don't usually take a gap year between high school and university, and I think that's so crucial because in this gap year you get to know who you are and what you want. That's the reason usually for taking a gap year. So immediately after I'd finished my undergraduate studies, I thought, right, I kinda should pursue a master's because my studies are unfinished. I'm not a specialist, I'm not an expert in something, I just have a bunch of superficial knowledge, and I decided to study cultural management. I don't think I even knew what that was. My only reason was the word cultural in the title. And again, I wanted to move to another city because I get bored so quickly of geographical places. Like, I need to move in order to feel that my life has purpose. And I got into that MA program, and I left after, I think, a month or two, because I didn't feel it, man. You know what I'm saying? I gave up on that master's degree. I hate giving up on stuff. You can imagine that during my bachelor's, I also wanted, on several occasions, to give up, but I didn't, because you have to. Once you start something, you're gonna be a loser if you give up on it. Like, you don't want to be the soft one, the one who left while everyone else endured. After I'd finished university, I was about to apply for my first ever job, and I started looking for jobs in European agencies, institutions, in the public sector. But it was the pandemic time, and very few companies, institutions were looking for new employees. So basically, I wasn't able to get a job in the field that I studied for. I came across a position at an English school. That's how it all started. That's how the love story started. I applied for the teaching position. I got accepted. I got trained. I was very charismatic. I was very sociable and good with people. Apparently there was something in me that screams teacher vibes. But the moment when I thought I'd found myself was when I realized I am 24, I'm still young, and I can decide what I'm going to do with my life. And I can go back to uni and I can study something that my heart and soul desires. So I applied for a university degree in psychology in Chisinau, my hometown. I thought that I would never come back here. I think it was once again my parents who were telling me that this country is shit and I should strive for more and I should move abroad. I still am considering it, but maybe later. For now, I'm good where I am and I know how to give myself a good living no matter where I am. It's all about the things you choose to do, your hobbies, passions, daily activities, the people you choose to be around. And there is another part to this story where I moved to Sweden and decide that I would start living there, learn the language, do everything it takes, and end up in complete misery. I've known people who first studied what their parents wanted from them and then inevitably came to the conclusion that now it's time for me to live my life according to my own wishes and went back to university to pursue their own ambition. Pursuing what you truly love should be a core value. It is a core value, you just don't know about it. But the further away you step from who you really are, the most discomfort you will feel. I just want people to live life being their most authentic self, and that is my top priority right now. So I think this video was quite long. Thank you for your attention. I would be very curious, and it would actually mean a lot to me if you left your impressions, thoughts, comments. I want to know your story. I want to know if you've been through the same things as I have, and how did you get out? How did you re-find yourself? And I wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of this day. Bye bye.